Dr. Alan Byrne, congratulations first of all, your selection as the winner of the FAI Special Merit Award. What a great achievement.
Yeah, thanks Cathal very much. I was, as you probably know, when you told me that this was going to happen, I was surprised and shocked, but I suppose having looked at the list of recipients of this award over the years, I'm really humbled to be included in their company.
It's very much an award that recognises a lifetime of dedication and achievement in football, and your relationship with football is a lifetime.
Yeah, it's probably all I can think of when I was growing up. Sometimes I wonder, do I do anything else other than football and medicine? But yeah, my dad was a huge influence in that regard. We were at football games and training every day of the week, and that's really where the passion came from. So yeah, that was a start. It's continued really. I still have that same love of football and footballers, I must say.
And you did play a little bit.
I played a little bit, amateur league, Leicester Junior League and Leicester Senior League, but yeah, I wanted to play for Leeds United, and I was 16 and I realised I wasn't going to be able to do that, so I decided I'd do medicine instead.
And the family relationship with football, I mean, it's been Shelbourne Football Club, it's Shamrock Rovers Football Club, the Republic of Ireland, but that's been very central to your life.
Yeah, League of Ireland is a really important part of my life. My dad, John came back from Vancouver, wasn't it, I think, and started working with Rovers, and my dad was the assistant manager for 3 years, and like John was a huge influence on my life, the greatest influence both professionally and otherwise. But my dad then became the manager of Shelbourne, and that became our team growing up as a family, and it was ironic really that my first job in football, if I could call it that, it was my first experience was in 1993 season. In fact, we won the cup that year. Greg Costello, a great friend of mine, scored the winning goal, beat Dundalk 1-0. And that team, in fact, which was captained by Mick Neville, are guests of the association at this cup final between Shells and Derry on Sunday. So really looking forward to seeing Mick and Greg, the Gagans and all the rest of the lads. It was a hugely important part of my development as a doctor, as a team doctor.
You described the job of working in football, but for anybody involved in football, it's not really a job, is it?
No, it's not a job. It's a privilege, really. It's it's something. It has to mean more than a job to you. It's not like there's no 9 to 5. I often tell some of the younger doctors and physios, just forget about your clock. There is no clock. I think the only time I haven't seen a player in League of Ireland, whether it was at Shells or at Rovers, is probably Christmas Day in 30 years of League of Ireland football.
In terms of international football then, what was your introduction to Irish teams?
The first team I worked with was the women's senior team in 1999. Mick Cook, who's a great League of Ireland man and a great friend of mine, was the manager. We played the USA. They had just won the World Cup. It was their first game. We played them in Foxborough in Boston. An amazing occasion, 35,000 people there. And I moved from there to the under-15s, initially working with Paddy Hilliard, and then the great Vincent Butler. Spent, I think, 4.5 years with the under-15 boys team.
And you've come right through the ranks to senior international teams, senior international managers, some great characters. 200 plus games, an incredible achievement.
Well, thanks very much for that. It wasn't something I'd planned, to be honest with you. I covered the under-21s a couple of times for Toulon, and I remember a game in Finland when the doctor couldn't make it. And then the opportunity came up and I interviewed, and apart from the day I graduated, I'd say the day that I was appointed the men's Irish senior team doctor was the greatest feeling I've ever had professionally in my whole life. Worked with some unbelievable managers. Started out with a great League of Ireland manager, Brian Kerr. Finished up with a League of Ireland manager, Stephen Kenny. But had some great managers in between. You know, the great Giovanni Trapattoni was legendary to work for. Mick McCarthy, amazing as well. So I've been very, very lucky, very fortunate. And I'm not done yet, by the way, in case anyone thinks I'm going away.
You're going to carry on, of course, as FAI Medical Director. When you look back over those 200 plus games, the highs are incredible. I mean, European Championships, qualifying for tournaments. You've had some incredible nights.
Yeah, I met some incredible people. The players to me have always been the most important thing. I've always treated players as patients. The captains, Kenny Cunningham, Robbie Keane and Shamey, were fantastic help to me in terms of acting as a conduit between me and the players. Incredible highs of qualifying in 2012, 2016. Robbie Brady's goal against Italy is, the standout moment of my whole footballing career. It was just extraordinary feeling. But the people, the colleagues I had, the backroom team, and as I said to you, the managers, huge support from the association, great people in the background, great people in the international department, maybe don't get the credit, but the current group led by Barry Gleeson are an amazing group of people to work with.
As you say, you're carrying on as FAI Medical Director. You might be leaving the dressing room on match nights, but you're still very much an Ireland fan, Alan.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to go back as a fan. I've always been a fan. Obviously, when you're working, you have to get your head on. You have to think about the game and do your job. But I can't wait to go to some of the games, both at Aviva and away, supporting Stephen. And I hope to be with the team as a supporter at the Euros in Germany.
Finally, Alan, an award like this is recognition for you, but it's also recognition for the people behind you, for your own family, for your wife, your children, your grandchildren. What does it mean for them?
Yeah, well, I've had an extraordinary support from my children, who always understood if Dad wasn't around, there was usually a football reason for that. But my wife has been incredible since I've known her since I was 17. Huge support. Has never said to me not to do anything around football. Always just follow the dream. And so obviously I'm extraordinarily appreciative of that support. You can't do it without that. You're right. I have a grandson, and he doesn't know about my football career. He just thinks of me as granddad, which is great. And I hope to take him, and I will take him to when he's old enough to a game in the Aviva.
And what great stories you have to tell him.
Some incredible stories of incredible people, incredible times, the happiest times. But as I said to you, I'm not done yet. I'm not going away anywhere. I just, again, would like to reiterate my, I wouldn't use this word that often, but I am very proud of receiving this award, and particularly because of the people who've preceded me and been, awarded this accolade. It's a very, very, very humbling experience.